Hello students, how are you? From today onwards, we are going to learn or solve the questions of miscellaneous examples as well as miscellaneous exercise of indefinite integration. Then, as I said, we are going to start a definite integration. So I don't know how many video lectures are required for that, because miscellaneous questions are very important for your board exam point of view, and in coming all questions, there is a questions which includes all types of indefinite integrations, right? That is, this is a one kind of revisions lectures for you, and few examples are new pattern and new examples, and very important for board exam. Okay, so this is I. Now from today onwards, we are going to recall our all concept. Okay, so this is a revision lectures of all methods what you learn till today, right? So cos 6x under root 1 plus sin 6x, this is root. Is derivative of this is this? Yes. So derivative of sin 6x is cos 6x, and derivative means you have to multiply by 6, but there is no 6. That means we have to divide and multiply by 6. So I am dividing by 6 as well as multiply by 6, and I am writing this first. So 1 plus sin 6x, right? And the derivative of this is 6 cos 6x dx. So if we assume this is fx, then this is f dash x. So this is your fx. So nice question for MCQ. This is fx, then this is f dash x. So applying integration, fx raised to n into f dash x dx is equal to fx raised to n plus 1 whole upon n plus 1 plus c formula. So applying this formula, what we get? We get this is fx raised to half. You have to increase 1 power of fx. So answer will be I is equal to 1 upon 6, constant as it is. Now integration of this is fx, this is f dash x. So answer is fx is to n plus 1. So 1 power more than the power of fx, that is 1 plus sin 6x raised to half power is already there as square root, and add 1 whole upon 1 upon 2 plus 1, right? And plus c. This is your answer. So this is 1 plus 2, 3 by 2. So this is 1 upon 6 into 2 by 3. That is 3 by 2. Denominator of the derivative goes to numerator. And this is 1 plus sin 6x raised to 3 by 2 and plus c. So this will be cut. So answer will be 1 upon 9. So answer is 1 upon 9. 1 plus sin 6x raised to 3 by 2 plus c. So this is your answer. Right? Now next question is example number 38. I is equal to integration x raised to 4 minus x raised to 1 upon 4 upon x raised to 5 dx. Now in this type of questions, while power is given not a integers, it's a fraction, then remember one thing, and this type of questions are very important for competitive exam and GUJCAT, right? You will be find at least one question in either competitive, either GUJCAT, right? So 1 upon 4 is your fraction part from, right? So this is fraction but not an integer. So taking x raised to 4 common, this is highest power. So taking x raised to 4 common, what we get? We get integration x raised to 4 common. So this is 1 plus 1 upon x cube, right? Bracket over raised to power 1 upon 4 whole upon x raised to 5 and dx, right? So this is your term after simplification. Now you know AB raised to m, that is A raised to m, B raised to m. So applying this rule here, we get x raised to 4 raised to 1 upon 4, that is x. So this is integration x into 1 plus 1 upon x cube whole upon x raised to 5 dx. So what we get? 1 power less. So this is integration 1 plus 1 upon x cube into 1 upon x raised to 4 dx. Right? Here I missed to write 1 upon 4. Right? Now, same formula. Derivative of this is 0. 1 upon x cube. So 1 upon x cube derivative is minus 3 upon x raised to 4. So there is no minus 3. Either you can assume for this also. If you don't want to write directly, then assume 1 plus. Sorry, it's a minus here also. Minus. This is minus. This is minus. Right? So assume for this. That is 1 minus 1 upon x cube is equal to t raised to 4. Because this is 4th power. E square root. We have to assume t square. Cube root. T cube. So this is 4th root. So we have to assume t raised to 4. Right? So let 1 minus 1 upon x cube is equal to t raised to 4. So derivative of this is minus. This is 0, this is minus, and derivative of this is minus 3 upon x raised to 4 dx is equal to 4 times t raised to 3 and dt. Derivative of x raised to n is n x raised to n minus 1. So this minus minus become plus. So what we get? 1 upon x raised to 4 dx is equal to 4 by 3 t cube into dt. 4 by 3 t cube into dt. That is, this part is 4 by 3 t cube dt, and this is your t raised to 4. So what is your I? So I will be integration. This is t raised to 4 raised to 1 upon 4, and this is 4 by 3 t cube dt. So 4 by 3 t cube dt. 4 by 3 t cube dt. So 4 by 3 is constant. So 4 by 3 integration 4 will be cut. So this is t and this is t raised to 3. So this becomes t raised to 4 dt. Now integration of t raised to 4 is 4 by 3. The integration of this is t raised to 5 by 5 and plus c. So answer will be 4 by 15. Now t. So t is nothing but 4th power of 1 minus 1 upon x cube. So 1 minus 1 upon x cube raised to 4th power, that is 1 upon 4. Raised to 4 power, that is 1 upon 4, and this is 5 power. So 5 and plus c. So this is your answer, right? I think so. This is already given. Otherwise, you can take a LCM and write the answer. Then it's okay. So in this type of question, while power is given in fraction, not in integers, then take a highest bound common, and after simplification, right, assume for this. Otherwise, if you know this formula very well, then this is fx, this is f dash x, but you require minus 3. So divide and multiply by minus 3, you will get your answer directly also, right? So that is the shortcut method for MCQ. No need to write this only everything, right? Because you require only 3. So divide and multiply by 3, you will get your answer. Okay? So that is for technique for MCQ for competitive exam, right? आई होप सो आपको भी पता चला होगा ये एग्जाम्पल जो है वो आपकी एनुअल एग्जाम के लिए बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है। तो आपको ये ईच एंड एवरी एग्जाम्पल्स 2 टाइम्स सॉल्व करना है घर पे। डू प्रैक्टिस, राइट? विदाउट प्रैक्टिस यू कांट स्कोर मोर। ओके, सो एग्जाम्पल नंबर 39 पेज 348। Given that I is equal to integration x raised to 4 upon x minus 1 into x square plus 1 dx. See, x minus 1, x square plus 1. Linear factor, quadratic factor. And numerator is x raised to 4. So if we multiply this, then power of denominator is less than the power of numerator. So this is not a proper rational function, right? So this is improper rational function. So this is not proper, this is improper rational function. That means we have to change this given function into a proper rational function. Then that means degree of the numerator must be less than the degree of denominator, right? So how to change? You have to divide it. So for that you have to multiply this and then divide by this denominator to x raised to 4, and that is a long process. Instead of doing these all steps, right? Just see here, this is x minus 1, this is x square plus 1. And if I subtract 1 from here, then it becomes x raised to 4 minus 1 and adding 1. So subtracting 1, adding 1 and x minus 1, this is x square plus 1 dx. Now factor of this, a raised to 4 minus b raised to 4, that you know, a minus b, a plus b, a square plus b square. So I am writing the factor x minus 1, x plus 1 and x square plus 1, right? And this is plus 1, this whole upon, this is x minus 1 and x square plus 1 dx. Now taking separate, bifurcating this, x minus 1, x square plus 1 will be cut. So remaining will be integration. Only remaining is x plus 1 dx and plus integration. This is 1 upon x minus 1, x square plus 1 dx, right? Now this can be integrated, but here again the problem, this is linear, this is quadratic. That means we have to apply a method of partial fraction, right? So give this equation number 1. So now 1 upon x minus 1 into x square plus 1 is equal to a upon x minus 1, one constant linear factor. Now this is quadratic, so we have to express this into bx plus c form, whole upon quadratic factor, taking LCM. So 1 is equal to a into x square plus 1 plus x minus 1 bx plus c, taking value x is equal to 1. So if we take x is equal to 1, this implies 1 is equal to, so 1 plus 1, 2. So this is twice a, and 1 means 0, so everything is 0. That means a is equal to, we get 1 upon 2. So we get the value of a is 1 upon 2. Now x square plus 1 is there, so taking random value, so I am taking first x is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0, this implies 1 is equal to 0 plus 1 is 1, that is a, plus 0 means minus 1, and 0 plus c, that is c, that is a is equal to half. So substituting a equal to half here, we get 1 is equal to half minus c, that is, this implies c is equal to half minus 1, that is minus half. So c is equal to minus half, another value. Now taking random value, x is equal to 1, 0 is already there, so taking minus 1. So x is equal to minus 1. This implies 1 is equal to, so 1 is equal to a. Now minus 1 square is plus 1, plus 1 2, right? So this is twice a. Minus 1 minus 2, so plus minus 2 into minus b plus c, so minus b plus c. Now we have already value of a and c, so substituting value of a and c here, so therefore 1 is equal to, now twice a is 1, right? So twice a is 1, minus minus plus, twice b and minus twice c. This one will be cut. So what we get? Twice b is equal to twice c. That is b is equal to c. So value of b and c are same. So value of b and c, that is b is also minus half. Therefore this is minus half. Right? So we get b and c both minus half. Substituting these all values here, that is in equation number 1. So from 1 what we get? From 1 we get I is equal to integration. This is x plus 1 dx plus integration. Now this value of this is here, that is a is half. So this is half of x minus 1 dx plus bx plus c. So plus b is, sorry, so I am writing bifurcating this, integration b is minus half x, c is also minus half, whole upon x square plus 1 dx. Now see, once again we find out, we already find a, b and c, and now substituting value of a, b, c here, right? A upon x minus 1, b minus half, b and c are same, so minus half x and c is minus half upon x square plus 1. Now integrating, this is easily integrated. Derivative of the denominator is in numerator, so this can be also integrated. Now bifurcating this, what we get? Integration, this is x plus 1 dx plus 1 upon 2 integration x minus 1 dx minus 1 upon 2 integration x upon x square plus 1 dx and minus 1 upon 2 integration x square plus 1 dx. So bifurcating this. Now this is integrable, this is integrable. Now here derivative of the denominator is twice x. So here only x, so divide and multiply by 2. And this is standard formula, x square plus a square. So your final answer will be, integration of this is x square by 2 plus 1, that is x, plus 1 upon 2 log mod x minus 1 minus 1 upon 4, right? Log derivative denominator is in numerator, so log mod x square plus 1 minus 1 upon 2, and this is tan inverse x plus c. So this is your final answer, right? I don't know what is given answer in your textbook, but I hope so. This is only given. But otherwise, if you want to simplify this, then take 1 upon 2 into 2. So this is, if you want to write applying log ruling, here you will get square root of, right? So no need to simplify that. This is, make it, this is your final answer, right? Example number 40, page 349. I is equal to integration log x plus 1 upon log x whole square dx. No idea at all. Any idea? No idea. Now vi, right? No idea is there. So as I told you, what to do? Log x required, instead of x, here is log x. So assume for log x. So we assume that let log x is equal to t. So log x is equal to t. So this implies x is equal to e raised to t. You know the this result changing from logarithmic function to exponential function. I explained deeply in differentiation, that you know. So differentiating this, what we get? Dx is equal to e raised to t dt. So this dx is e raised to t dt. So now this is I is equal to integration log of log x is t plus 1 upon log x, that is 1 upon t square, right? And dx is e raised to t dt. Now recall your all concept. If e raised to t is there, then you must have fx plus f dash x. For this formula, integration e raised to t fx plus f dash x is e raised to x fx plus c. This is the answer, right? This is your answer, e raised to x. I have to write x here, right? So e raised to x fx plus f dash x. So e raised to x is here. So must be this is fx, then this must be f dash x. Otherwise, you are not able to apply this formula. So I'm writing this here, integration e raised to t, right? Now log x. This is if this is fx. If this is fx, then derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So you must have 1 upon x, but no 1 upon x is t square. So derivative of this is 1 upon t. So I am adding 1 upon t. So subtracting 1 upon t and plus 1 upon t square is already there. ये तो था ही, इसको आना था, इसको जाना था, right? So now derivative of this is this, and derivative of 1 upon t is minus 1 upon t square. So if we take minus common, then this becomes derivative of this, right? So I am writing this as integration e raised to t log t minus 1 upon t. This as a fx. So derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So log t 1 upon t. So plus 1 upon t, and derivative of 1 upon t is minus, and this minus become plus 1 upon t square. So this is plus 1 upon t square and dt. So this is ft, and this is the derivative t, that is fx. This is f dash x. Answer e raised to x fx, e raised to t fx is this. So answer will be e raised to t log t minus 1 upon t plus c. Now e raised to t is x, so answer will be x. Log x is t, so log t is log x, so this is log of log x minus 1 upon t, that is 1 upon log x minus 1 upon log x, right? And this bracket is over and plus c. This is your answer. Log t is log x minus 1 upon log x plus c. So this is nice question and very good questions for MCQ, that is Gujarat and part A portion. Okay. Now this is a nice MCQ, right? This is a nice MCQ, and this is my favorite MCQ for Gujarat and competitive exam. Okay, so this is root 10x plus root cot x. Okay, the method in given textbook is assuming this 10x is equal to t square, so this is 1 upon t square and all everything blah blah blah, right? But I am not writing this. I am writing 10x. I am changing 10x into sine and cos. So this is root sine x, root cos x, plus this is root cos x and root sin x dx. So if I take a LCM, root sin x into root sin x is sin x. So this is integration sin x plus root cos into cos is cos x whole upon under root sin x into cos x dx. Now, why this type of question, right, is there? This type of function is there. While sine and cos are in addition and subtraction in numerator, and sine and cos, either sine and cos alone with any coefficient or with any constant, right? Like that, this is like this: a plus b sine x cos x is in denominator, and here either sine x plus cos x minus cos x, whatever, cos x plus sine x, cos x minus sine x, like that, right? So in this type of questions, this can be written as also this c plus or minus s. I don't know which form is there. According to this, you have to adjust. Now remember, you know derivative of sine is cos and cos is minus sine. So if in numerator, in this type of question, right, if this type of question is given, then if in numerator sine is negative, then assume cos positive, then assume cos positive, right? So here sine is positive, then sine is negative, then assume cos positive, and sine is positive, then assume cos negative. So here sine is positive, so we have to assume cos negative. So what we have to assume, let sine is positive means cos negative, so let sin x minus cos x is equal to t. Got it? Sine is positive, cos negative, because derivative of cos x is minus, so minus minus become plus. That's why you have to remember this. In this type of question, numerator, right, in numerator, this is in numerator, sine is negative, then assume cos positive, and sine is positive, then assume cos is negative, right? But what about sine? Derivative of sine is cos x, so no worry about sine, right? So sine minus cos. This is a trick for solving this type of question. So sin x minus cos x is t. So derivative of this, differentiating this, what we get? Sin x derivative is cos x, and plus minus minus plus sin x and dx is equal to dt, right? So after simplifying this one step, this is your assumption. Now you have sin x into cos x, but here we assume this. So squaring both sides, this is the procedure. So squaring both sides, what we get? 1 minus 2 sin x cos x is t square. What we did? Squaring. Because sin square plus cos square is 1. Now we require only sin x cos x. So t square, that is come here, this comes here. So what we get? 1 minus t square upon 2 is sin x cos x, is sin x cos x. So answer of this is this. So substituting these all values, what we get? I is equal to integration sin x cos x dx is dt. So this is dt whole upon this root sin x cos x is this. So this is under root 1 minus t square upon root 2. I am writing root 2 here. Upon root 2. So I am writing in numerator and also constant, because this is everything is root. Right? So this is the standard formula for 1 upon root a square minus x square, that is sin inverse t. So answer will be root 2 into sin inverse t plus c. Right? That is root 2 sin inverse, and sin inverse t is sin x minus cos x. So sin x minus cos x plus c. So this is your final answer, right? And like you see, only 1, 2, and in third step you will get your answer. Sometimes this question is asked for 4 marks because they are solving long method which is given in your textbook, right? So if you want to solve using that method, you can solve, but this is the short method and a very important method for competitive as well as MCQ test. Okay, that is for GUJCAT.